Yeah, guys, this is a continuation video, you understand? Part 2, you get, of how I met my helper in Canada, you understand? And then how I became a Redeem member again. So you might want to go back and watch part 1, you understand? So you can follow the gist, you understand? This is a gist, as in correct gist. So let's continue. As in, the brothers in the church, like when we finished the service, like the brothers in the church, they just came to me and then they were like, hey, welcome. Because obviously they saw that I'm new, right? Like, because like I told you, the church is not a big church. It's a very small church, not up to 20 people. And then they came to me. They were like, hey brother, welcome to the church. How are you doing? How did you got here? When did you move in? You understand? I was like telling them that, man, I just moved into this country about 3 days ago, 4 days ago. They were like, man, you are fresh like today's bread. So they were like welcoming me. I was like, oh, that's great. The kind of love they just displayed within a few minutes talking to me. They really want to get involved with my life. They really want to get involved. They were like so concerned that, oh, have you gotten the place? Have you done this? Have you done this? Have you done that? They really want to get involved with my life and then to make sure that I'm settled down. Have you gotten a place? They were like, hi. I was like, yes, I've gotten a place. They were like, oh, that's great. Which school? Do you come here as a PR or as a student? The way they were relating with me, I was like, oh, this is nice. You understand? So as we are talking, pastor, I didn't even know the pastor. So the pastor just walked and they were like, hey, pastor, come and meet brother Michael. Because obviously pastor was talking to different people in the church after the service, right? So they were like, pastor, come and meet brother Michael. Brother Michael is new. He just came into town. So pastor was like, okay, how did you come here today? I was like, oh, I came through Uber. Uber brought me here. So pastor was like, okay, don't worry. Just wait for me. Just wait for a few minutes that we'll be going home together, that they will take me, they will drop me off at my house. So I was like, okay, sir. So, pastor was busy talking with other people and all that. So those brother was like, they collected my contact. I was like, and they were like, oh, they will contact me during the week, that they will come to check up on me and all that. I was like, okay, that's great. So they collected my phone number and then I collected theirs. And then, in some minutes, pastor said, okay, they're ready. And then some other ladies too, some other women in the church, they came to greet me. And then, so after everything, pastor now said, okay, let's be going. So I sat at the back. His wife sat in the front. We kept going. So in my mind, I was like, all these brothers that they are collecting my number. I was like, all these brothers that you guys are just collecting my number. You will not see me here next week. You will not see me here next week. You understand? So as we're going, so pastor just said, okay, what's your name? I was like, my name is Michael. Brother Michael, that's great. So it was just like trying to ask. It was like, how did I come to church? I was like, I came through Uber. I was like, no, now Uber is too expensive in this country, that if they had known that I want to come to church, that they would have just come and pick me. I was like, for what? I was like, for what now? In my mind though, that they would have just come and pick me and all that. That's okay, but there's no problem that they would drop me at home. That so since I came, how have I been living? Like, how have I been living? Have I gotten a place? I was like, yes, I've gotten a place. I've gotten an apartment and all that. They were like, oh, that's great. How have I been eating since I moved in? I was like, sir, I've been eating junk so. And true, I've been eating burger and all that junks. So he was like, okay. He now told his wife was beside him. He now told his wife that they should go and get me like Indomie and egg so that I can see something to be eating and all that. So they just drove me to, they now drove to one African store. You understand? So they now bought Indomie and egg, right? And they now bought milk, tea, and all that. Milk, tea, yam. You understand? No, before we buy the yam, right? Pastor said, Brother Michael, hope you know how to cook, because Indomie is a very fast food. You know, he was like, as a man that, hope I will be able to be cooking. I was like, sir, I'm a great cook. I was like, sir, I'm a great cook. So he was like, why did I know how to cook? That's I was just like, sir, check my Instagram, my Instagram posts. I just opened up my Chef Show Me Instagram food page. I just opened that page for him. So he was like, I even thought, as a man, I thought, maybe it's Indomie that you know how to cook. that I should buy everything that I need. Oh, man, they just bought all the things for me in the African store. We bought yam, we bought butter, we bought everything, Maggi, curry, everything that I would ever need. We bought everything at the African store. Now, Pastor have known that I know how to cook, right? So I was like, who is going to pay? Because Pastor was like, if we saw something now, Pastor would be like, Brother Michael, you will need this thing, take this thing. I was like, what's going on, Pastor? Me that I still want to be managing myself. You want to come and set me up in this place. What about the money? Who's going to pay? So when we now bought everything finished in that store, Pastor now brought out his card. He now swiped his card. Where? About $200. You get about $200 swipe in the African store. So Pastor was like, since now Pastor knows that I can cook now. So he was like, okay, you will need like chicken and beef and all that we should not buy the chicken at the African store. That's very expensive. That we should go to mall. You understand? We just went to mall again. If you see everything we bought at the mall, we just bought every damn thing. Everything. Pastor will be pushing me. Buy this one. You will need it, Brother Michael. Me that I know that I'm not coming next week. Me that I know that I won't be coming next week. You understand? I was like, no, sir. This one is fine. Yeah. So you really want to even be picking it and putting it in the cart. Like, Brother Michael, you need this one. Pick. Brother Michael, you need this one. Pick. We shall bought the whole store that day. When we got to the counter where we need to pay, he brought out his card too. Yeah, about $200 as well. I was like, is this not a setup? I was like, is this not a setup? The person I'm just meeting for not up to 5 minutes that I just attended the service, close to $400 where? You just pack everything, everything. You pack everything inside the boot. Yeah, so what's up everybody? Today is Sunday and then I went to church, right? Redeemed Church. So what's the name church there, Pastor?
The Palace of Grace.
Palace, yeah, RRCC, Redeemed Palace of Grace. And then after we finished service, guess what, guys? I met with the pastor and then the pastor bought me everything. As in we are the name of them all. Superstore right now, and the pastor has bought me everything that I would need, like the foodstuffs. I don't even know what to say right now. I don't know what to say.
Pastor Segun Oladele.
Yeah, and then this Pastor Segun Oladele, as in, he's been so wonderful. He has gotten me everything that as in every foodstuff that I will ever need. So this is the second store we are coming to. We have been to one African store, and then this is another store, and then I want to say thank you so much, sir. As we're on the way So pastor was like, okay, Brother Michael, we actually talking. He was like asking me questions and all that. He now asked one question. No, he now said, Brother Michael, which church are you going in Nigeria? I was happy. You understand? It was that time I want to burst out. That let me kuku tell this man that, hey, let me kuku tell him my journey, how my journey was today. That my journey was like this before I finally got to your church. I was like, this is a great chance for me. When he asked the question, he was like, Brother Michael, which church are you going in Nigeria? And do you play any role in your church? Like, are you doing anything in the church? I was like, this is my chance. I was like, let me kuku even tell him that, man, this is my journey. This was how my journey is supposed to be before I ended here. So you won't see me next week. You know, as I wanted to talk, man, God just spoke to me that show me, shut up your mouth. You understand? Like, show me, shut up your mouth. Shut up your mouth. Don't say anything. You understand? Because I was scared. All the things it was buying for me. Because I know in my mind that my journey, you just saw me today. It was my mistake. My journey won't pass this place next week. You know, I was scared that, man, all these things were buying, you get. But as I wanted to start that story, God just said, show me, shut up. Man, I just shut up. I just told him that, I was attending social church in Nigeria and all that. Then I play piano in my church. So it was like, that's great, that we don't even know what God used you to do for us. That they've been looking for a pianist in their church and all that. It's that they always pay one guy to come and play piano for them in the church before. That now the guy left and then it was their daughter. It was their daughter that always played the piano and all that. If I finally settle down. So it was like, maybe when I finally settle down and all that if I have the chance, I can be playing piano in the church and all that. I was like, and also when we're having conversation, so he just asked that, which state are you from? Where are you from in Nigeria? I was like, sir, I'm from Ogun State. I'm a Yoruba boy. He was like, hey, and we have been speaking English before. Shegbo Yoruba. I was like, sir, I'm a confirmed Yoruba boy. And then his wife was like, so we just started speaking Yoruba and all that. So he's a Yoruba man too, from Ikorodu. So he drove me home. When we got to my house, Pastor had two wonderful, beautiful kids. The kids and the wife, they just helped me to pack all those stuffs from the boots. They just brought all those stuffs. They helped me to move all those things because I can't carry them alone because they are too much. You understand? We shopped at two shops, one African store and then the mall, right? So they now helped me to pack all those things to my room. So when we got to my room, then his wife prayed. His wife prayed, man. The wife prayed for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, we're just praying that, man, Brother Michael, you are here to stay. You are here to settle down. God will settle you in this country and all that, I was like, man, the person you just met, you get. The person you just met, not up to 5 minutes in your church. And then you are doing all these things. She prayed. And then she finished the prayer and then they get set on their way and then they be on their way and then they were like, Pastor now said something. Pastor now said that I should not worry that during the week that his wife we cook food. You understand? They will prepare soup and then they will bring it to me so that I can settle down. You understand? That anything I need, if I need to do anything, I don't need to bother. I should just call them, they will come and pick me and then they will take me to anywhere I want to go. That I should not be wasting my money on Uber and all that. I was like, really? So they just left. They left and then, so when I finally entered my room back. I was like, what's going on? Because I was confused. You understand? So I was now calculating the journey that, okay, God wants me to go to church that morning. I was having that zeal to go to church. Do you see how those journey want to rough? The journey want to scatter. You understand? But God was straightening the journey back. That's, man. The first time I went, first time I went to that Indian church, God straightened that journey back. That no, it's not that place. This thing is this thing want to cough. I went to those Chinese church. God straightened that journey. That no, it's not this place. Come back. Before I finally ended at that church, that Redeemed. You understand? So I was, those things, they were heavy to me. Like, they were heavy. I can't just comprehend them. So do you know what I did? I called my mentors. Yeah, I called my mentors. One of them is Brother Cornelius, right? Brother Cornelius. I called Cornelius, and I also called Wisdom, Brother Wisdom in Malaysia. So I called both of them. I was like explaining the journey to them, like, this is how the journey was, right? When I woke up in the morning, I was having the zeal to go to church, and then I explained all the journey one by one to them. And both of them, they said the same thing. I called them separate time, right? And then both of them said the same thing. And these are the questions, especially Brother Cornelius, right? He asked me some questions. He said, show me. When you woke up that morning, right? You have the zeal to go to church, right? I said, yes. You now asked me that, assuming you didn't see King's Word Church in those lists that Google brought for you, assuming you didn't see King's Word, would you still have gone to church? Do you see the question? He asked that, assuming I didn't see King's Words as part of the list of church that Google brought for me, that would I still go to church that morning? I was like, yes, I will still go to church because I have the zeal to go to church. It was that time when I answered the question, I now had that clarity. You understand? So now I was now analyzing everything myself. Immediately he asked me that question and I answered. I was like, oh, bros, that's true. If I didn't see King's Word that morning, I would still go to church. You understand? Because I was having that feelings to go to church, right? I would still go to church. And you know one funny part? I wouldn't have gone to any other church except from the church I know. Because I was seeing different names, different funny names. Power Ministry International, Heavenly Now Ministry of so. I can't go to that church. Because, I don't know, maybe it's a church that, maybe it's all those in the Boski church. That is how their name used to look like, all those church. Fire Now International. You understand? End Time Ministry International. I can't go to that kind of church. You understand? Because, it might be one of those in the Boski, like I said. I would have gone to Redeem. You understand? And one funny thing is that if I now want to go to Redeem, I would not have picked that particular Redeem that I went. Why? Because that Redeem was not closer to me. There are still other Redeem, you understand, that were closer to me in that hotel, assuming I want to choose. You understand? Are you getting my story? So if I didn't see King's Word that morning, I will still go to church. You understand? I wouldn't go to any other church except Redeem, because Redeem was still the church that I know their doctrine. You understand? I still know Redeem doctrine now. You get? I still know Redeem doctrine. So, and assuming I want to go to Redeem, I will not pick their own Redeem because it's very far to me. You get? There are still other Redeem close by. But do you see how God wants to do that thing? How God orchestrated that thing? You understand? Because assuming I didn't see King's Words, I wouldn't have traveled to Southeast. And it was southeast that their church is, that's Redeemed is. You get, I would have chosen, church around northwest, because the hotel was in northwest, right? So, but God just want me to be there that morning. You understand? God just want me to be there. God just want me that, hey, I will make it that we end up in this church this morning. Do you see all those, how the journey want to rough? You understand? Just like what the scripture says. He said he will make all those crooked way. He will make them straight. You understand? So those crooked, now, God was just straightening it. God was just straightening those ways that want to rough. You understand? Right from just assuming that I've seen those Kingsword right from the beginning, their new address. I would have gone to their new address. You understand? I don't know what kind of mistake that I did, that I went to. Because if I want to do my thing, I always make sure that, I get the correct thing. I always find out every information, see if it is legit very well. But that morning, I just click on Google Kingsword. I just be on my way without verifying it from their website, from their Facebook, if their address is truly right. But I just went that morning, went to the Kingsword. I didn't see them there. I saw Indian Ritual Church. You understand? I saw Indian Ritual Church and I left the place. Now, I stayed beside the road for like 15 minutes thinking, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? And I can't go back home. I don't want to go back home. I was like, should I go back? Should I go to the new address of the Kingsword? I was like, no, that will be too far. Then I was like, no, let me just go to church around here. And me going to the church around there, I went into Chinese church. You understand? Me entering Chinese. Do you see how those journey was? The journey was coffee, but God was just making it straight. God was making it straight. So I entered the Chinese church. What would have took me to finish service with them? It would take me nothing, because they were about to close their service too. The Chinese church that I was, they were about to close their service too, but I just stood up that, no, this is not the place. This is not the place I need to be. You understand? Then I left the Chinese church again. Now enter the Redeem. So when I entered the Redeem now, like I had peace of mind. So like I was saying, but you understand the journey, Sha. So I talked with my mentors. You understand? I talked with Cornelius in Nigeria. I talked with Wisdom in Malaysia. I talked with Mr. Okwe. I talked with him because they are my mentors. I just spoke with them, explained my journey to them, and all of them said the same thing. They were like, show me, just enjoy the flow. You understand? Just enjoy the flow there. When you woke up that morning, did God tell you any particular church to go? I was like, no. So enjoy the love of God over there. They've shown you love. Enjoy the love. Enjoy the love. You understand? So me talking to them, because my heart was really heavy when Pastor bought all those things for me. Pastor, if you are watching this video, that day you bought everything for me. The first time I came to your church, I didn't have rest of mind. Yeah, because I was like, I won't be here next week. Because but God's plan is, just like the scripture says too, that man's way is different, but God, God knows the best for everybody. So I talked with my mentors, and then, they calmed me down. They showed me you don't have anything to worry about. It's the Lord doing, and He's wonderful in our sight. So enjoy the love of God. They were even very glad that, they are so happy for me and all that. Well, I just calmed down. It didn't end there, the year. Just calmed down, and I started eating all those foods. So the next day, which was on a Monday, right? One of the brothers that collected my number in that church, the brother just called me that, hey, hello, Brother Michael, Brother Yemi. God bless you, Brother Yemi. So he just called me that, hey, Brother Michael, how are you? How is school? Are you at home? I was like, yes, I'm at home. He said, okay, he will be coming to my house right now. So that brother just came to there. As the brother arrived, he just brought a whole lot of things too. Like, rice, juice, chicken. He too just brought a whole lot of things. I was like, what's going on, you these people? What is going on? Do you want to kill me with love? Do you want to kill me with love in this church? As small as you guys are, like, man, he too just brought a whole lot of stuff. And then, he dropped it, and then, we talked for some minutes, maybe 30 minutes or so, and then he left. On Wednesday, that time I was planning to buy a car, right? So I just told Pastor that, sir, that I want to get a car. So he was like, you want to get a car? Which kind of car? That's as you check on Kijiji and all that. So he was like he sent me more than 80 different pictures of cars, like different links, different cars. You understand? I was like, you had the time to be sending, sometimes I would just leave my phone that let it enter very well before I check everything. We'll just be sending different ones. I was like, you had this time for me. Like, he was so concerned that, okay, Brother Michael, which one do you see anyone you like among the one he was sending? He sent different cars. You understand? So I was now checking all those cars. I was checking, and I saw one, the one I like. He told me that I should always call him if I want to go to anywhere, if I want to go and check the car. But I was like, don't let me disturb. I don't want to disturb Pastor. Don't let me disturb him. I just went on my own. I went to check the car, and then so when I got there, so when we are now negotiating at the company, I now called him that, sir, this was the price they called the car and all that. So he was like, that car is too expensive for that amount. What is the address? So I now told him the address. He said, I know the place. I'll be on my way now. He said I should not sign any document yet. That is coming. So he just came home. Within 15 minutes, he just arrived. So when he arrived, so he just went straight to the manager. He just told the guy that, hey, where's your manager? He just went straight to the manager and discussed with the manager. So they gave us a very good deal. So now, because I don't want to buy cash, right? I don't want to pay full cash. I don't have the full cash, you get. So I want to buy the car on loan. I want to pay some amount. Then I want to be paying a loan of the car. So when we got to the finance department of those companies, they now collected all my information. Pastor was still there. They collected all my information, and then the lady entered. The lady was like, that I'm new in Canada, that they can't accept that loan application because I'm so new. That can my brother, which pastor, because it was, because we are both African, so he thought maybe he was my brother. He said, can my brother stand as a reference for me? You understand? Can my brother stand as a reference for me? So in case if my application was not approved, that he will use that, it will be my own reference. So pastor was like, yes now. Oh yeah, put my information. The person you just met, not up to 3 days. You understand? You know what that means? That if I can't pay the loan, he will be the one to be paying it. So pastor just gave all his information, all his down information. He gave everything. You understand? I was surprised though that was going on. He just gave the lady all his information, and then the lady said he will get back to us and they will process the loan. So when we got out from the place, so pastor was like, that car is too expensive for that amount. That car is too expensive. That we should look for another car. That let them keep processing the application, the loan application, but we should still look for another car. That even if the money I want to drop is not up to the amount of that car, that instead of us buying this car that high amount because we want to take a loan, that if we want to pay cash for a car, it won't be that expensive. That even if the money that I have with me is not up to that he can borrow me some money. You understand? I was like, thank you, sir. I just went online. I just kept searching for new cars, you understand? I now started searching for the car that is within my range. And since he said it's going to my range of the cars that I have, and since he said he's going to give me, he's going to borrow me money, right? So I now started searching for another car, you understand? Good for me. I saw another car, right? And I didn't disturb him again when I wanted to go and check the second car, because I was like, don't let me stress you. Because I don't know how to ask for something, man. I don't know how to ask. So I just went on my own. So I now called him when I got there. So I saw the car was good. That was my car, right? The car that I bought. I saw the car was good. And I called him that, sir, I've gotten to the place, so I've seen the car. The new car that I saw is so good. I love it and all that. So he was like, oh, how much do I have? I told him the amount that I have. So he was like, okay, he will send the balance to me now. And the balance is not 1,000 though. It's in thousands. You understand? So pastor just sent me thousands. So you understand? Not 1,000 oh. Not 1,000 oh. It's in thousands. So pastor just sent the thousands directly to the car dealer. You understand? He now said I should send my own to the car dealer too. He just transferred the money. Oh. I was like, what's going on? Like, I can't understand. I'm very sure you can't understand, right? I didn't understand what was going on. He just transferred the money. The car dealer just said, oh, he has received the money. I was like, I just paid my own part too. I got the car. I bought the car. I took the car. You understand? So different things, you understand, that I couldn't mention. Different things, you understand, after that. Different things that pastor has been doing for me. Pastor and his wife. Pastor Shegun and Pastor Toyin. God bless you. You know, that family, man. You know, different things. They will just bring food for me. Cook food, oh. You understand? Cook food. They will just bring cooked food. Different days. Today is September 11. Today is Saturday. Today is September 11, 2021. And the time is 7:15 p.m. in the evening. So pastor just called me that they are downstairs. And guess what? And me, I just thought they would just want to come and check up on me. You understand? They said they are going to one place, that they are coming back. And then they just said they should say hello to me, that I should come downstairs. So I now went downstairs. As I went downstairs, I now met me. I was even talking with Nora. Me and Nora, we are talking, we are doing video call, and I was seeing light and all that. And I'll go downstairs. When I go downstairs, and also pastor and his wife inside the car. And then his wife just brought this long bread. Oh my Jesus. His wife just brought this long bread that they said they just said they should give it to me. Like 2. 1 and 2. As in, these 2 long bread, it has never ended there. It's not ending there. He now brought these 2. I was like, what is this? Is this ice cream? Am I children? I was just saying that thing is warm. You get? I was saying that this thing is warm. What's going on? And then let me open it. Let me open that thing. Babe, this is stew. Oh my Jesus. Oh my Jesus. Me that, I was so busy on my computer since. See my computer over there. I was so busy reading notes and all that. Still my computer. I was so busy. I don't even know what I was going to eat tonight before. I didn't know. But God just sent them, and then they brought me this. Oh my Jesus, Holy Spirit, thank you. Just like the way my wife always say, my wife is saying so cute, Baba. As in, God bless you, sir. God bless you. God bless you, Pastor Shegun. And God bless you. God bless you, the wife. The wife, oh, I don't know her name. But I know it's our mommy David, and mommy Priscilla. That's the name of their kids. So God bless you. God bless you so much. You know, I don't just know I'm gonna thank you for everything you've been doing for me since I landed in this country. I don't know. I'm gonna thank you. Thank you so much, and may the Lord continue to uphold your family. As in, the love is just too much. The love is crazy. Like, it's so pure love from the family. As in pure love. God bless you, sir. God bless you, ma. From the depth of my heart, say thank you.